It's springtime in Minnesota. Everyone's ready to go backpacking. Let's talk about the Appalachian Gear Company. What is going on, friends? Welcome back to the channel. I greatly appreciate you stopping by. If you're new here, I do a lot of backpacking trips. I do some travel, I do some bike packing trips, just all kinds of things outdoors. So if you like that kind of thing, if that's your groove, consider subscribing to the channel right down there. That way you don't miss any of the awesome videos I have coming up. One of the other things I do as well are gear reviews of the items that I use on trail. Now, the Appalachian Gear Company, last year, I want to say last spring, they reached out to me and they sent me one of their Alpaca, like 100% Alpaca hoodies. And I will say, if you followed my channel, you have seen this in so many videos, mainly because this thing is one of my absolute favorite pieces of gear ever. Reason being, it's 100% alpaca, which means it's soft, it's temperature regulating, it's antimicrobial. The thing just does not stink. And it's also ethically sourced, and it's very, very sustainable. You know, from down in Peru, they're sourcing alpaca wool and weaving it into these fibers. But there is one downside to these kinds of apparel items. They're not very durable. And I think that's what is going to be addressed in what I'm looking at today. The Appalachian Gear Company, they reached out to me again. They got a new line of shirts and hoodies. I'm going to open this up. We're going to take a look at it for the first time. And I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to get it out on trail. I'm going to use it in an upcoming trip. But this is kind of a first look and an explanation of what we're looking at. Let's dive right in and hope I don't slice anything. Mainly to address the durability issue of their 100% alpaca hoodie, they've blended it with a material called Tencel. And the obvious question is, what is Tencel? Tencel is a fiber. It's a lyocell fiber. What is a lyocell fiber, Rob? Lyocell fibers are fibers, textiles, that are made from trees. They basically get the wood pulp, mainly from trees like birch, beech, spruce, eucalyptus, these kinds of trees, fast-growing trees. They get this wood pulp, right? They dissolve it down, and then they squeeze it through an extruder, and it mashes it into a fiber, and they're able to take these fibers and make them into garments. So, Tencel is a lyocell fiber. Tencel is basically a certification saying that this particular lyocell fiber is ethically sourced, ethically made. It's kind of an approval process to ensure ethical practices. Kind of like down, like in down jackets, they have responsible down sources where they can be, you know, traced back to, you know, ethically sourced down. It's kind of like that, but for these kinds of fibers. Now in this box, got paper, and they gave me, oh look at that, they gave me a little llama sticker. That's pretty sweet. There's two things that they sent me. One is their t-shirt, and it's called their AG tee, their AGT. Here's their, looks like a teal t-shirt, and then more of a darker blue hoodie. And then inside is just the invoice. Now, what makes these special? Well, they are a blend of 80% natural alpaca fiber and 20% of that Tencel material. What does that do? A couple of things, actually a lot of things. One, it increases the durability. So this is going to be a lot more hard wearing than something like this. I've already have a couple of holes wearing into this, but this is going to prove to wear a little bit better. It also has natural stretch, which means there's no use of elastics in here. There's no petroleum-based fabrics, textiles in here, so no polyester, no nylon, none of that stuff. It's all natural. Now this shirt, it's soft to the touch. It's supposed to regulate temperature better with the addition of that Tencel fiber, and also help with the stink of it, really. I mean, it doesn't smell like anything. They did tell me a little bit about sizing. I usually wear a large in everything. This is a large hoodie. I wear large t-shirts, large everything. They said these do fit a little snug. They suggested I size up to an extra large. So that's what I did. But I'm gonna try these on just to see how the fit works. But let's try these on and talk about it a little bit. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me say something really fast. This is really difficult for me right now because if you do follow my channel, I injured my right shoulder like 3 weeks ago. I was on a one-wheel like electric skateboard thing and I was cruising at like 13 miles an hour, complete rookie. I got too comfortable too fast and I totally bit it and I dislocated my shoulder and like pulled my lats and it was a mess and I'm still paying for it. So my right shoulder is pretty jacked up. Here's a video of that. Yeah, that's me, deciding that I'm young again and I can hop on a one wheel. Things were going well. I was feeling pretty confident. Starting to pick up a little speed, starting to have a little bit of fun. Cruising along, dismounting, horsing around, carving a little bit, having a good time, picking up more speed, and then I hurt myself, fall down, and go boom. All right, first things first, it is a much tighter weave. That's probably from that lyocell. And it's a loose cut. It's not a slim cut. It's not like an athletic cut. It's actually sized, you know, to fit normally. So I'm gonna stand up. Hopefully you can see me, maybe you can't. So this is an extra large and they are exactly right. It fits like a large. As far as care for it, probably wash it cold, hang dry it for the first few times, and then after that I think you can dry it on low in the washing machine, but I would wash it in cold and I would just hang dry it. Yeah, much tighter weave, nice form-fitting hood. So this is an extra large. Keep in mind I'm 5'8", about 210 pounds. That's 210 pounds of pure hotness, by the way. This is their 80/20 sun hoodie. Now, where I'm hiking here next weekend, I will be using this the whole time because last time I hiked this trail, I actually got sunburned. So I'm really excited to put this through its paces. It might be a little bit too warm for this, so this is going to take its place. Now, underneath that, I'm going to be wearing this. This is the only shirt I'm bringing for a 4-day, 80-mile hike. Let's see how this fits. That's not bad. It's got a lot of stretch to it. I don't know, I dig it. I like it. I mean, the teal, greenish, blue color, yeah, it's not bad. It's comfortable against the skin. There may be just a slight roughness to it, but it's still pretty soft. I'm trying to think if it's itchy or not. A little itchier than cotton, but certainly not as itchy as like wool. But very doable. And with the Tencel and the Alpaca fibers, they're supposed to have an hypoallergenic, content to it as well. So it really shouldn't irritate any skin allergies or sensitivities, which is really nice. What I like is these companies, they're always kind of pushing the envelope for sustainable practices in addition to helping the planet, which is amazing. So we have, more places to explore. They're better products. This is probably going to be a lot more durable, a lot more hard wearing, which I need because, sometimes I'm pretty rough on my gear. So I'll be wearing this, the only shirt on the whole trip. Going to be sweaty, going to be gross, and we're going to see how this goes, on an 80-mile, 4-day trip. And then, of course, layered over it will be the hoodie. So the Appalachian Gear Company, they're doing some amazing things. Even if you were to just check out their Alpaca fleece hoodie, this has been my number one mid-layer on all my trips. Even in fairly warmer weather, I wore this pretty much every single day, all day in Peru, hiking the Inca Trail, even when it got hot. It shielded me from the sun, it regulated temperature, and it didn't stink. After a week in Peru hiking up and down mountains, this thing did not smell putrid or anything like that. This thing performed extremely well. But I'm very excited to see how this performs. But there's definitely a difference. Tighter weave, softer, looser weave, not quite as soft. But I will say, as far as itchiness, this is not itchy at all. But this would be a little more itchy than this. So on an overall scale, itchy level, like that much, where regular wool is about, that much. If you have any questions about the Appalachian Gear Company, about some of their practices, feel free to hit me up. Leave questions, leave comments down below. Now, the Appalachian Gear Company, they did reach out and they did send me these 2 items for free. For a company that makes really good products that I use, I will absolutely talk about it. And if it's another company that sends me stuff that I think I'll use and it ends up being garbage, I will definitely say that. But this Appalachian Gear Company, they're making some really good stuff. I'm not sponsoring anything. I don't make any money off selling to them because there's no affiliates or anything. But check them out. They're doing some really amazing stuff over there, and they're made right here in America. And you can get these now. They're available now. So springtime coming, a sun hoodie. Check them out. Thanks for stopping by. That's all I have for this one. I'm excited to get out on trail for the first time, for the first big spring trip, and rock out some new gear. That's all I got for Rob Pelton and the Appalachian Gear Company. Get out on trail, find your own adventure, go see this big beautiful world. I'll see you on the trail.